All right, well, welcome to EET 230L. This is Lab 1. We are now moving on to step 2 of creating a logic schematic BDF. So in Quartus, a logic schematic is referred to as a block diagram schematic file, which has a .bdf extension. So throughout the course, the logic schematic will be referred to simply as a BDF. So to create a new BDF, choose File, New, or you can hit Control N. In the pop-up window called New, then select block diagram / schematic file. Let me show you here. So we're doing that. Click New. In this new window here, you can see Design Files, AHDL file, block diagram schematic file. You want to go ahead and click on that. You can either double click on this or just hit OK. Just go ahead and hit OK. Okay. So in the BDF created, the following logic schematic will be entered that we see on our handout, right? And the pins are not going to be shown. They're going to be assigned later in part 10, right? So please refer to your handout, though, to create the next part, which is the schematic. So to place a logic gate, select the symbol tool, the AND gate symbol, which you see right up there on top, which is right here. Click on that. Okay, and move this toward the center so you can see that. And it says to place a logic gate, right click on that AND symbol. In the symbol window that pops up, expand the folder that says C. Okay, let's see if I can move this a little bit bigger. No, there we go. Alrighty, so double click on that, and we're going to see the submenus. We're going to look for C, right, Intel FPGA. Double click on that one, the underscore light. We're going to go and see the mega function, others, and primitives. Go ahead and double click on the primitives. All right. And then once you get there, double click on logic. Right. So you see primitives, we have logic. I think this is correct. Logic right there. Double click. There we go. Let's move that up. Okay. And for a 2-input AND gate, double click on AND 2, and this will attach an AND gate to the mouse pointer. Place the AND gate on the BDF and then press escape when done. So let's go ahead and do an AND 2 right there. All right, it's already up there. That's nice. We don't have to hit escape or anything. Okay. It says note if the name of the component is known, a streamline method to select that component is to enter the component name in the entry line under name and then press OK. So in other words, if you didn't know what it was but you knew the name, you can just type it in right here. AND, oops, that's AMD, ND2. Okay. Or let's try another one, AND4. And you see how it selects 4 there. But we want 2. There we go. Okay, and then just press OK. And we should be able to place that somewhere on the schematic. Oh, and then hit escape to get rid of it. All right, don't worry if you make a mistake, you can just hit Control Z since this is a Windows application and you can undo that. Okay, so now that we've placed the AND gate with the 2-input AND gate on the screen, to place an input pin, click the pin tool drop down menu and then select input. And so you go to your handout, you can see what the input looks like. It actually looks like right there. Let's open that. We're going to click on input. And you'll see that we have an input here, name and VCC there. It says an input pin will be attached to the mouse pointer. Place 2 pins at the desired location on the BDF and press escape. So we're going to put one here. Well, we want to wire it up too, so I'm going to leave it like this. Right? Oh, and then let's do the other one. Right there. Huh. Hopefully you didn't see that pop-up message. Okay, where are we at? The next step, rename the input pin by double-clicking the pin. So when the pin property window appears, replace the arbitrary name created by Cordis with the name A, and repeat this for the process for the second one, and we're going to call it B. If you forget what it's supposed to look like, just go ahead and go back to your schematic the way they are giving it to you, and then you can see this. So hold on, let me hit escape. See, we see that? Escape. Okay, now where it says pin name, we're going to go ahead and right click on that, or you can double click on there and just hit the letter A. Right, and then we're going to do the same thing here. But this time, let's try the properties. Do that. Properties, pin name. We're going to call this one B. Okay, there we go. A and B. Okay, where did we leave off? All right. To place an output pin, click the pin tool drop-down menu and select output. An output pin will be attached to the mouse pointer. Place the pin at a desired location and press escape when done. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to this selector. We're going to select an output. We're going to put that right out here somewhere, close to the output, and hit escape. There we go. Just rename the output pin by double-clicking on the pin. When the pin properties window opens, replace the arbitrary name created by Cordis with the name X. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, right-click, properties, and then we're going to call that one X. And I'm going to put capital X. Make sure you keep track of all that. Okay, now connect the pins to the AND gate by using the orthogonal node tool. The mouse cursor will change to a crosshair with the orthogonal node tool button symbol attached. Okay, and then place the mouse cursor at a desired location to connect a wire and press and hold the left mouse button. Then move the mouse to the second location. If the second location is chosen valid, a small square will appear. Release the left mouse button to finalize the second connection of the wire. To create a wire with a bend, release the left mouse button to terminate a section of wire. Then with the mouse, left click on the same wire and termination and drag the mouse to continue with a different wire. Okay, so what it's asking us to do is hit the orthogonal, which is this guy right there. Let me see if I can highlight these like that, and it wants us to hit the first one right there for wiring. Okay, and we get these crosshairs, so we'll go ahead and hit the output there of the AND gate, and oops, and we're going to draw it just like we did with like multisim. Leave it there. You see that square? That means you made contact. Let it go, and you're good to go. The other input, we're going to put it on the second input of the AND gate. Click, drag, and release. And let's go ahead and do the output as well. Right, click, drag, release. Okay. All right. Where did we leave off? We are on step 13 of this part, which is the last part of this section. Once the BDF is complete, save it by File, Save, or press Ctrl S. Specify the name as Lab 1. Be exact with the name of this BDF, not capital L, capital A, capital B 1, or not capital L, capital A, little b 1, or not 1, capital L, lowercase a, lowercase b. But make sure you write it exactly the way you did in the project file. And we did capital L, lowercase a, lowercase b, and 1. So let's do File, Save As, and here it says Lab 1, so this is great. We're going to leave it there. Do we have to save this in any different location? It doesn't say. Just File, Save, or press Ctrl S. And we did Save As. But so in order to be complete, I'm going to make sure I follow the directions to the letter. We're going to hit Save. There we go. Save As Type, Lab 1. So we're saving it there. And it's already directing everything toward this directory here. Okay. Save it. And there we go. And this concludes part 2. Part 2, which is, what was our title? Creating a logic schematic BDF. Thank you very much. And we will return on the third part.